Is my nose snatched or nah? The answer is yes. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Shayla if this is your first time here. So in today's video, I'm gonna teach you how to snatch not only the nose, but the face, the cheeks, the forehead, the forehead, whatever the case is. I'm gonna go step by step and teach you guys how to contour, how to highlight, how to get the nose slope, the lines just right, because we all do the lines and it's not really cute when you have two black lines down your nose. So we're gonna fix it today, okay? Fix it. So if you guys wanna learn how to snatch your face, maybe snatch your edges off, and snatch your nose, continue to watch. As you can see, my makeup is halfway done, well, maybe like a quarter of the way done. But anytime I do my foundation last, I always like my eyeshadow to pretty much be complete except for the bottom shadow and my lashes. So that's why I'm kind of in that little in-between stage, if you will. I'm gonna start with the Tatcha primer. I really love this primer. It's like, look at it, it's like almost full. I've been using this for a few weeks and it's just like, it never goes down. So I definitely feel like you get your money's worth with this primer. And it's good if you have combination skin. Like I have combination skin and I want my skin to look smooth, and this definitely does the trick. I'm mixing two foundations today. So we have the Maybelline Super Stay in 334, which is a little too light for me. It's like, yeah, it's like a hair too light. And then the Shameless foundation from Marc Jacobs. And this one, I picked a darker shade just because when you mix a lighter foundation with a darker foundation, you kind of get your perfect color. So I'll put both on the sponge and then just let it mix together. Oh, and make sure your beauty blender is damp. It just makes the foundation blend. All right, now it's time to conceal, and I'm gonna use two concealer, well, actually three, including the contour. So 3 concealers to get that snatched look. I'm gonna start with the Colourpop number 36 concealer. I switched to Colourpop mainly because they are more affordable, and I feel like every few months, like I'll switch my concealers, because I know a lot of times people are like, how do you know like what concealers to use? Why do you switch? And for me, it's like when I try something new and I like it, I'll just start using it. So I'm applying the concealer under my eyes, my forehead, and down the center of my nose. And I also like to apply it kind of on the corner of my nose here, and then also on my chin, and I'll put it right here. So using my beauty blender, I am just gonna blend the concealer in. I'm just blending, blending, blending. And the trick to getting a snatched AF nose really is to bring the concealer all the way to the side of the nose. So I'm not gonna stop like just right there. No, we're not gonna stop there. I'm gonna bring it all the way up to the sides, because that'll kind of create like a natural contour effect. So right now your technique doesn't have to be perfect because we're gonna go through and contour. We still got a couple more steps to go. You can see just by me adding the light concealer right here, it's kind of made this part of my face look bigger. Light really makes things bigger, and then dark shades makes everything small. I'm gonna contour with the Colourpop number 50 concealer. I like my concealer to be a few shades darker, but not too dark to where I look like I'm bruised and crazy, just dark enough. So a few shades darker. And I'm gonna do my nose last so y'all can really see that. And this concealer kind of dries fast, so I don't wanna leave it on my nose and then it dries, whatnot. I'm using my Sigma F55 brush just to blend out the contour. And I like to contour my forehead because it's big. If you got a little head, if you have a little forehead, then you probably don't need to contour. Like not everybody needs to contour their forehead. It's only for those of us who are blessed with the big 5 head. I don't always contour my nose, but when I do, she is snatched. Okay, I'm gonna contour with that same number 50 concealer from Colourpop, and I'm really just gonna draw lines right on the curve of my nose here. And it doesn't have to be perfect. See how one's a little higher than the other? It's fine, it's totally fine. I'm gonna use my Marc Jacobs number 14 brush, and this brush is like, it's so magical because it almost has like a little bit of a U curve to it. I don't know if you guys can see that curve. So it really just hugs the side of my nose, and it's like the perfect brush for a nose contour. So I'm gonna place the brush right on the concealer and kind of drag it down. And if you just go in one straight line, you'll get, you know, that perfect, I guess, kind of line here. And then now I'm just kind of going over it so it looks like nice and blended and not really like, okay, you have a line, you know? Do the same thing on this side. So this side I went in a little bit more, which is fine. Like you can see right here, it's not as smooth, but it's fine because I'm gonna go through with concealer. Because like this little itty bitty landing strip right here is just not thick enough for me. you know? I don't like my little ski slope to be super defined. So I'm just gonna use the same brush. I'm not adding anything to it, and I'm just gonna go over the top just so it looks a little bit softer and more blended. To really bring this together, I'm gonna use number 28 concealer from Colourpop. This is like super light. Well, it's like a few shades lighter than my concealer, but I would never use this by itself. It only works when you have another concealer under it. So this is like a brightening concealer, and it's gonna add that extra highlight we need to make that nose look snatched. So I'm gonna apply this really on the sides of my nose and then down the center of my nose. Using my Zoeva 225, I'm gonna blend this bad boy out. Having these tiny brushes is like major. Brushes are key. Look at that. Now with the same beauty blender I've been using, I'm gonna blend out this light concealer on the side of my nose. We're about to go skiing, y'all. So if I just used that light concealer, it would have been too light to put all over my face. That's why I like to use two, because really I just need that light concealer on the side of my nose. All right, so this is the part where Instagram versus reality kicks in. A lot of y'all will just leave it like this and then go about your day. No, this contour is pretty harsh. It's pretty like, you know, you're snowboarding down that thing. So what I like to do is just gently use whatever's left on my sponge, and I'm just gonna go over it like this to soften the contour a little bit, because it's coming in strong, you know? It's kind of like doing your eyeshadow, not blending it, you know? Like you put it there and you don't blend it out, it's a hot mess, yeah. So using what's left over on the sponge, so I haven't added anything to it, I'm just gonna kind of carve out under my contour. Some people kind of like to make that little look. This is gonna define your cheeks. Look at that. I'm gonna set my foundation with the Sacha Buttercup powder. This is a matte powder that just gives my skin life. Well, it kind of like dulls it really because it's so matte, but in that respect, it does give it life. And you can see I'm kind of blotting the powder on. I feel like this really creates a nice blended effect. Like look, see how it's just like blending everything together? Low key, this little brush is shedding kind of. I think it's Japanese. So when you use a powder that's around your skin tone, it really does soften the look of the contour, you know, so people don't look at you like, okay, you got the nose contour, I see everything that's contoured, okay? No, we don't want that. I'm gonna bronze my skin with the Bobbi Brown Dark Bronzer. Wait, hold up. Deep bronzer and my Smashbox angled brush. This is just adding a little bit more depth to my contour. Make it a little more official and professional. I'm gonna highlight my skin with Boomin Highlight, which will be back soon, very soon. This is the Sigma F42 brush. And really, I'm just focusing the highlight at the highest point of my cheekbones and kind of applying it in a downward motion. So the nose highlight can be tricky, and sometimes I'll use my finger or blend it out with my finger, but I'm gonna use the same Zoeva 225 brush and apply Boomin down the center of my nose. And I have a super light hand because I don't want it to be over dramatic, and if you do apply a lot, just use your finger and kind of blend it, and it'll also kind of wipe off a little bit. Like look how like my nose is pretty snatched right now. This is like snatched. Okay, snatched. The final step to my highlight and contour routine is blush. So now we have the neutral shades, the highlight, and I just want to add a little bit of color to my cheek. So you want to apply the blush kind of over the bronzer but under the highlighter, if that makes sense. This just kind of brings everything together. And anything you apply on the cheek is always in that downward motion. So no, I don't start up here. No. This is not 1985. No. Oh, this is cute. All right, I am gonna finish the rest of my eyes, which is really just lashes, a little bit of shadow under there, lips, and I will be right back. Here's the finished look. I put my eyelashes on, my lips, and you can really just see how everything comes together. I got my little slope, okay? This nose is snatched. I don't care what you guys say, it is snatched, okay? This is probably the most snatched my nose has ever been. Mark my words. Mark my words. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I wanted to make sure to give you guys a detailed explanation on how to highlight and contour, because a lot of us just do it wrong or don't know what we're doing, so that's why I'm here to help. I want everyone to be snatched all summer 18. Snatched all summer 18. Don't forget to, like what's wrong? Sometimes I'm like, what's wrong with me? Like, first off, I'm here filming by myself, laughing at my own jokes. Anyways, don't forget to comment below, subscribe to my channel, and last but not least, strut and slay. Yes, the dark, and then it gets like oily. So you just got like an oil spill that's like a perfect line. And then you got a lightning bolt. It's just, we need to fix it. Look at that. We're snatching everything, okay? That nose is snatched. Okay, fix it. I really came through for this video, okay? Houseway. Oh, head itches, my braids. What is this glitter on my face? Is it windy outside? What is that? Houseway. Am I off centered? What's happening here? Is it my hair? Is it because my hair is dark? Is that why I'm snatched right now? Okay, let me move over. This is the secret right here. Foundation on the part. Oh, it's snatched.